Well, good morning or good afternoon and welcome back to Kanban Farms. This isn't a 2-second improvement, but it really is. But we're going to look at what it is to have multiple combine systems. So it was one of the things I struggled with when Tom Reap, our sensei from mail order, was explaining it to me. I took it home and used it. I almost just started doing it with Nina and with Maya and wasn't going to document it. I grabbed Mitch so Mitch can understand. I'm recording it so I can use this as a training tool potentially in the future. So Nina and Maya this morning, we don't have an SOP to check the bathrooms. Probably should have had one 2 years ago, but we don't. And people were doing an okay job, but we decided we'd start doing it today. Now one of the problems we have is that it says go get toilet paper or soap from this closet that's right next to me over here. In here there happens to only be 3 toilet papers. Now somebody would have maybe today, Nina or Maya, gone, oh there's only 3, I gotta get more, or let them run out to nothing and then next time they go, they'll go to the basement, they'll go grab some toilet paper that they need, or they'll maybe stock it, but that's about as chancy as we're going to get. So one of the things we need to do is introduce some of us have understood the Kanban, or as we're going to call it, combine system, Kanban, for ordering, but one of the ones we haven't done is done a lot of work on water spider work. For us, we're going to create what is a multiple combine system for toilet paper. So I was trying to explain to Maya and Nina, and Mitch is now going to listen in on it, that all you need to do to know we've always got toilet paper in here is to produce a combine that looks a little bit like this. So if you look at the card, it says 6 in the corner, and it says 1 of 8, and then it says farmhouse, downstairs bathroom, toilet paper. So the 1 of 2 means 1 of 8 means there's 8 of these cards. And what I tried to explain to Maya and Nina, and now Mitch, is this is a toilet paper roll. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So this is this. And as soon as this comes off the toilet paper, and we have this very technical piece of equipment to stick it to it, which is a rubber band, we will have this in the cupboard stacked up with 8 of these. When I come to grab the toilet paper, because I've got to restock 5 in the bath stalls, I'm going to take my rubber band off, take my card. There's a door, and we're going to have a location to put it on the door and a location to put our rubber bands. I'm going to go use my toilet paper. Now there's only 1 of these cards, so I'm not going to do anything. The 6 that's denoted up here means there has to be 6 of these cards located on the door before we go shopping. So this is when I'm going to be a water spider route, and I'm going to go to the basement and go get some. Now for us, Maya asked me the question, which is the one I really struggle with at home, is do they need to be in order? So when I go get the next one, do I put them all back in the same order, 1 through 8? It doesn't matter. It just means you have to have 6 of these cards and there's probably 2. What's great about a small inventory like this is when we get to the last 2 and there's 6 cards up there, if it says you've got 6 cards and you can see that there's not 1 on 1 of the pieces or you're missing 1 of the 8 cards, you might need to produce a new card and 1 of these sheets have gone missing. It allows you to check your inventory on small levels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now when we want to do inventory, when we want to do water spider, all we need to do is look up here and say, yep, I've got 6 cards, I'm going to go shopping. Now the temptation, and I did this at home when I was doing it for Rice Krispies, which is my example of doing it, is that it would say 6 in the circle number, and I had 5. But I knew I was going to use Rice Krispies tomorrow, I'm going to go shopping today. That's not what we want to do. If it says 6, it's 6. If it should be 5, then make it 5. So if Nina and Maya had come here this morning and seen there were 5 of the cards, they would not go shopping downstairs to go get some more from the back inventory for us. We obviously don't like a lot of inventory, but we feel like 8 feels like a good place to start because we feel like we're going to check the bathrooms maybe 4 or 5 times in the day. We're probably going to change toilet paper about that many times. That means we've got 2 emergency backups. We've got 6 that allow us to do a regular stock. It also means that if the toilet paper's out in the basement, we've got some stock in the building that will keep us going. What questions do you guys have about that? And ask questions because you're on video right now.
Do we need 1 card on each toilet paper roll?
Yes. This is a toilet paper roll.
So we're not making them once we put 1 in?
Correct. So when you get here, there'll be 8 of these.
Okay.
We're going to go do it and try it, at least in here. Because talking about this is great. Doing it is the solution. And we're just going to make them by hand. We're going to put 8 toilet papers up here. We're going to create some kind of very quick way to store them on the door. And maybe, I just did it, so I might do this. I do it with my wife's hairbands, is I'll put the rubber bands on the inside door handle. Hey, put a blue tape that tells you where it is. It's better than nothing. So this becomes toilet paper. This isn't a card. This isn't anything other than a toilet paper waiting to happen.
Right.
The anticipation of becoming toilet paper.
Well,
What other questions have you got? It's a long video today as well. Sorry.
I used the term water spider.
Yes. So the water spider, it's a great question. So when do I do this? So in the SOP these guys wrote, it doesn't tell me to stock. It just tells me to grab. And that's okay. We might have another card that's out in our stack, a new card that we've never created before, that says water spider house bathrooms. A water spider is a terminology that's used as a stocking person that's going from the back marketplace, so the inventory in the back marketplace, to the marketplace that's being used. This is a marketplace, and we've got 8 of them. I've got the back inventory stock in the basement. My job as a water spider, my only job, the SOP for that would be to come in here and look here and go, there's 6, I'm going shopping. There's 5, I got nothing. Next one. And so that time can be very fluctuant. We need to give that person, when we give them their job expectations at the time, it could take 5 minutes because everything might need stocking or nothing. Now, Tom Root, if he was here, hopefully he'll watch the video and tell us, is the fact that the water spider wouldn't ever give them 5 minutes. If that was the most time they would, it's highly unlikely. At any stage, all of those would be filled, especially if we were water spiding regularly. So it could be 2 to 3 minutes of what that is. And we're also going to experiment to get that result. What other questions? So I gave an example of soap. So we have these giant soaps that we fill our hand dispensers with. And it can be 1 of 2. So there can be just 2 of these in the cupboard like this. And the number can just be 1. As soon as I've got 1, I've got to go get another one. So the second this is what my wife doesn't do at home with our milk. Imagine this is milk. She opens it, the card's still on it, and keeps pouring. As soon as you open this, I need to put this up here. Now, I have the potential of having 2 and an open one. So my marketplace has to accept 3. And this card becomes that back one. This one, once it's in use, no longer is inventory anymore. It's vanished. It's in use. Don't get me wrong, but we wouldn't count this no longer in our market.
Put it in there because you're going to grab another one. You'll just attach it.
Unless my job was just to fill these. It's a great question, and it's going here. My job was only to know when these are, and the water spider is going to come do it. Now you could make the SOP. The end of checking the bathrooms is also to check this. Might be the best way to do it for right now, and then we decide that there's enough stocking routes for us to go in. What other questions?
That's all I have.
Mitch? Nina?
Okay.
So we're going to take a minute. I'll take a couple of pictures after the video of what it looks like in here once we stocked it. We also have some crazy things in here. We'd say to use less toilet paper. So this isn't enough toilet paper to leave on the toilet roll. So where do these live? Currently we just put them back in this cupboard, and the SOP didn't even tell us to do that. So we're going to want to decide what happens to these, which is the staff take them home and use them, which is great. Or we TP something creatively. Apparently that's something people do. Maya's house. So we're going to want to decide what that inventory looks like, and that might be a reverse Kanban. Whenever it gets to 10, we do something with it.
Yeah.
So when I see 10 of these, I could do that. So now there aren't 10 of those cards, we could do the reverse. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
Thank you guys.